Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Showmaker is on a ward. Not going to be able to get one of those cool plays. Is Kingin. He's on this top side wanting to take down this turret. This Drake down to almost 50% as the Rift Herald comes down, and now the teleport is in.
Oh my god, Atlas.
Not a bad flank angle for an Aatrox Wolf. I'm a little bit worried, but the ulti is going to land. Mum comes in. What the heck? The Emperor's Divide onto 3 is gigantic. Gideon's burning, and he gets himself out. Oh, never mind. He does not. The Drake is going to go on over, and now it's the Thunderdome. Kingin will get knocked up, though, as he flashes away, and Morgan finds a huge counter-strike, and it does not matter because the bailout is there for Kingin. And now Envy's running the wrong direction. The sticks are pulled out. They are limping right now. Let's look at this. They're trying to get a back off. We'll see whether it's going to work as Tanker Zia wants to get something happening, and Kingin will wipe the floor with them. That's an ace. That's a Drake. That's Soul Point. And that's 5-0
That's
now.
the game, Atlas. That's it. It's done. I mean, the fight setup was so weak for Bro. They didn't check for flank wards. They decided that this was the time they were going to make their stand on Soul Point, not on...
By 25 minutes if their Nexus explodes?
No. Actually, that's a good point.
That's what I'm a little bit worried about. Is Handshake going to come in there as hostile takeover? He's going to force Gideon to run the direction he kind of wanted to go. Grand Entrance does come in there as Morgan is splitting on the other side of the map, and Dplus, they haven't given up on this Baron. That's going to go down, and Bro is still getting pushed away.
Yes, he did boom boom, but like,
yeah,
that was kind of on Bro, and I feel like Showmaker's ult was much more impactful. Plus, you could, I think it might be only one Chronicle vote for Lucid. But like, there's an angle for it, to be fair, because he backed him up on the bottom 2v2.
And I also think that like him playing towards bottom lane was very, I was poking fun, but also I think that maybe a Lucid vote could go a long way.
I would love for Chronicle to do it just for the bit.
Yeah, I think we need it. We need it. But also, he probably was going to do it anyway.
Yeah, the grasp powerful here is with Frozen Heart is going to really be feeling immortal in this game. No, Gideon spotted on this ward.
Yeah. It is somewhat 50-50 territories. The handshake comes in. Grand Entrance going to follow up there as well. Hostile takeover misses because Envy, he's flapping around. Gideon comes in, not able to steal that away because there were too many sticks inside it. Now Morgan trying to get out, but the Sand Soldiers are going to be there. Kingin gets into the back line once again, and Envy, he has to flash. Kingin, he's able to Umbral Dash over there though, and there is a blast cone for the extra aggression. You love to see it.
He got his stacks though, 27 minutes. I saw lines. He stacked it. I guess the comp was viable.
All right, it was viable, and now it's time to break the Nexus, Wolf. I'm really glad that we did manage to reach a conclusion on both sides, as Dplus, they did not lose a team fight all game. They did not lose a player all game. Showmaker didn't have the ult in the last team fight, nor did he die. That was a shellacking.
He ulted the Nexus to get my POG vote.
Hybrid Smolder as well, if they'd like to, right?
Oh, no, absolutely. And I think that they certainly might. And I've been calling for this a lot more. I think we definitely should see more of it, especially in games that go late. But for once...
Again, really keep the pressure up. Will be a big thing here as he does look for this potential dive, trying to stand in front of aiming, but that's first blood, and it immediately goes to Kellen. Now Gideon won't be able to do anything in aiming, even no! You cannot do that as Envy's gonna take the turret shot. He had...
Every time he flaps like that, he's gonna get one more, like he's up to 42. He is stacking incredibly quickly. Once you get 25, you get the AoE on your Q, so you get more weight.
Might need to be a little bit careful. Yeah, you're exactly right. That'll be at least one plate.
I mean, he's so far away. Like, he has to shadow
more people. I mean, there is cease and desist. So much extra CC as Polu has to jump off just to try and create some distance, but he is definitely dead again. Oh my gosh. Okay, Dplus, they are
110% worth it. He's going to get all the plates and the turret here. He's 30 CS up. Doesn't matter if he's playing, you know, as
littering the map as aiming 10 seconds, so we'll be able to take that first turret as well as the platers. Okay, Mum's going to get a little bit mad, but so's Morgan. Let's see whether King can flap away out of this one, and he's not going to be able to. Gideon turns up, and it's going to be Morgan that collects the kill. A little bit back here.
Just with your W, and you end up doing a lot with that as Lucid, maybe a bit too far.
Yeah, just dives into 3 people, technically. Cease and desist does come down. He flashes, but he still has the ulti on him. Second time that's gotten a D+ player. As aiming, looking to try and turn this onto Morgan. He's taking a lot of damage. even though he is pretty tanky, absorbs the CC nicely. I like that aiming is playing so aggressively, but yeah, the smolder flank with the mum angles actually could work out here. Sorry, moom angles. I was saying mum all game last game. What was I thinking?
We're so silly. I did it too.
Turret is going to go down in that mid lane, and it looks like Dplus might just give this one up. As Showmaker doing a lot of damage here to Morgan, even though he is pretty tanky. It's a lot of armor that he's invested into. There's a Mantra in Q. Gideon not going to get knocked up as mum yells, but only connects onto the Lee Sin, and now Bro, they're looking for the re-engage. There's the kickback onto Showmaker. Let's see whether he can keep himself alive. The answer is absolutely not. Now Kingen has been isolated. The all-out comes in for Morgan, who is trying to be the hero. Once again, though, he just goes a little too deep. Still, he will survive. Envy dives way too far forward, though. Lucid still going to fall as a result, and the double bubble will be enough for the disengage.
Meanwhile, though, they're just kind of losing the map to Illusion pushing an inner. So, you know, a lot of waiting. Aiming is skating on the edge of death with these plays, and it's starting to add up, though, the damage.
Well, Lucid also taking a lot of damage here as the ulti will explode. He gets himself a shield, though, from Showmaker, who's now on that flank angle. DK, they have got in there, but the Drake is taken by the Siva. I'm not sure about that one. And now Mom gets angry. Gideon taken down very, very low, and Kingen is now sneezing on the side of this battle. Q's connecting as he's fighting both the Yuumi and the Siva.
He's too tanky.
Envy needs to be really careful. Yeah, exactly right. Like, what is this? It's Frozen Fist builds doing crazy work as he just walks in and kills the 80 carry, and now they're looking at a Baron.
I mean, they don't target Kingen down in this fight. There's a Nami. You can't kill him because he's tanky, and if you try to commit, you lose. And if you don't...
A lot of damage, but it isn't enough to quite kill the Vi. And now with all of these shields, great double knock up there at the same time as Kingen is just keeping them at bay. Harris not able to clear these.
But it is viable, and it is crushing Bro now.
Well, now let's see what they can actually do here as Mom gets a little bit mad. Karras is going to turn up, and he's really dead. He is definitely going to die. Showmaker turning up a little bit late there with that teleport
To save him. That's going to be some bounty gold going over here to the team and Karras as well.
Yep.
And those two Infernal Dragons that they've picked up, Bro, that is Showmaker.
Yeah, Morgan has now found him. This could be a little bit dangerous. Flash does come through. Showmaker definitely respecting, and now might even try to kill him. As he doesn't quite hit them
with Karma and do all those things. There was no way Bro could really do anything there if you just engage on them, as they were trying to group up and hope for a mistake, but if Dplus dies randomly, the death timers are long, and then Bro could actually get an Elder, you know, there's ways, but now it's doomed.
Well, yeah, that's cease and desist on Karras. He explodes into a fountain of cinders, and that is going to mean the base is broken. Envy was dealing with the mid lane inhibitor turret. He's not going to be able to save this one. Open door to these Nexus turrets is now aiming, dashing forward. Gideon and Morgan trying to get something done. There's a kickback, and look at his health bar. Kingans just keeps on going up again. The culling flying down. Gideon cannot follow the cue for the resonating strike. The first Nexus turret will go down. Now the teleport back from Kingen with full health, and this Lucian is just massive. Look at this damage as Envy explodes. The Dragon back once again, and this cat on a book. He wants out. He's going to stay on the fountain as the 2-0 for Dplus. And honestly, it was not even close. This was just a smashing from this team. It feels like they're getting back online after the slump.
Yeah, definitely true. I mean, they've had any melee top laner is going to have the same struggles, so you'll have to find a flank angle. Yep. And Gwen can often win out on the flank against a Cassante pretty easily, so it does feel a lot easier to very boldly trying to deny these bubs.
Yeah, and now Colmy is just going to throw his ultimate into the wind. There is a safeguard from Sponge that saves him completely from that one. So now Q connecting, and they're looking for a re-engage opportunity. Peter does have the Unbreakable Will if he would like it, as the Shockwave is not exactly gigantic, but Dundun kind of is as he joins the fight. And now everyone is piling forward. Knockbacks abound. And Rascal gets in there. He's trying to do his best to do Gwen things, but everyone's in melee range, so he's
in the vicinity, but not really, as Satab is in danger.
I think he might be close to dying. Sylvie didn't even have to use Twisted Advances. The Shockwave not going to go on cooldown, thankfully, for Satab, but it is also not able to go off because he few extra skirmishes and a few extra kills. Nongshim seem to think it's them. I feel like Nongshim are playing, feeling like they, okay, yep, Peter definitely feels that as Pleta finds a grand entrance onto Colmy. That is going to delay his follow-up to the engage, and Peter is unfortunately just dead. And Satab is killing turrets instead of just Jiwoo saying, my mom will take care of it.
Observers and production. Okay, hold on. We have a fight.
Yep, Colmy is going to get jumped on here. There's the kick flash. That wasn't the shockwave, but I think they're still going to be able to kill this Azir, who's trying to get some autos in. Not quite tanky enough at this point in time.
After he was queued, so is unfortunately not going to be able to stop Sponge from getting in there and making that play. Satab picks up his second kill of the game, is going to grab a ton of damage on this inner. In fact, might just stick to it. He can. Just one more auto will do it. 700 more gold in his pocket.
Scary. Like you were saying, Rascal as well.
He has TP.
He's snipping, and he does have that teleport like you're talking about. Riftmaker in hand as well. Could be very dangerous on a flank. And DRX, I think you are very capable of giving up an Ocean Drake. Not exactly the most valuable. And if you can trade that for this, then you're feeling good. As Mom's going to come down, look for a bit of damage onto the bottom lane as CC absorbed by Dundun. Nature's Grasp is just going to wear off and not snare Sponge. And they just walk their way out. Rascal, oblivious to the whole situation, is just pushing. Managed to take that top outer turret. And this gold lead is starting to balloon for DRX.
Yeah, I think...
I'm not really going to find too much more, though, as we zoom all the way out. Rascal's teleported forward. This flank angle is terrifying, and Jiwoo's in trouble. The needlework coming on in. Pleta trying to get what he can done, but he's going down extraordinarily low, and Jiwoo manages to get the kill. It's a great shockwave into the backline, but a 1-for-1 is not what I was expecting there as we get the fan reaction.
An exciting way, and then they don't.
Yeah.
They might do it now, though.
Oh, yeah.
Pleta's here. He's not a top laner.
Does get the battle dance, and all of that CC is just absorbed. Has Dundun got enough dashes to get his way out of this one? He has gone all out. He is theoretically a little bit squishier. A dragon is getting angry, and she is going to be ignored entirely. That is snip, 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 and down goes the Cassandra.
And so it doesn't feel like it's going to give you any value. Rascal can solo this back and then teleport to the Baron. You just cannot do either. You lose on both fronts.
As the game goes on. This is when Nongshim needs to turn it on, though.
Yes.
Emperor's Divide going to come down. So as I'm saying that, things are starting to happen, but Sponge just going to get himself out of there with the safeguard. Nature's Grass comes down. They've noticed that they're split up, and Headbutt Pulverize is going to get flashed there from Teddy. Nicely played, but Pleta is burning down. There's a safeguard. He's going to be absolutely fine. That was so many shields, so many options.
Man, it feels like something here.
No, seriously. And they have a lot of magic resist, but they don't have a lot of armor, so Teddy's kind of shredding through them as, okay, Jiwoo able to Cleanse Flash his way out, but now Cleanse Flash is on cooldown. Sponge, he can't get there! Jiwoo's now able to get these autos down, and the Dragon gets angry. Rascal's fighting Sylvie, but that means he's not in this team fight. Bramble Smash comes down, he can dash over. He's trying to play in the base gates, but it does not work. So Rascal is able to answer it. It's a 1-for-1 though. Both junglers now dead.
Yeah, no junglers from Teddy. Well, not the target he wanted, but even still, Dundun, he built MR as you said, so he's half health.
Oh, that is bounty gold.
Call me, it's on you. You've got flash, you've got ult. You're gonna have to make it count.
It's just about to come off cooldown, and he uses it immediately. Dundun dives on over. They look for the jungler. They steal away the Drake, and there goes Sponge. Although he stays alive for a really long time, they're able to take down the Smolder, and Rascal is now tearing them to shreds. He does get knocked up. Emperor's Divide, the tank Azir starting to work out. Somehow it's Peter that gets the kill, but Teddy is still up and available. And gets the flash out from Colmy. Pleta now chasing after his opposite number. He just runs headlong into the wall. I don't blame him. This game is completely
MR, or with the MR shred of that Baron, maybe they get in there and blow him up somehow. It could have been interesting, but instead it's just going to be a trade of objectives here. Soul point for Baron. Dundun knows this. Obviously he's here, but the rotation has to be swift. Let's see if they can actually get away with this. They got the Dragon. They're coming over now.
Yep, and the Baron is going to go down relatively quickly. Teddy still does a lot of damage to it as now Peter trying to get himself in the area. They know they have to wait, and Sylvie is booking it. He's trying to get through. Emperor's Divide to throw back this Rakan who just explodes. And yes, they managed to get the Baron, but can they get out with it? That's the question. The answer looks to be yes, as Colmy unable to get over both of the walls. So
that was something that I was going to mention earlier, is that as they stack these up, they heal so quickly. All of that poke damage.
Oh, Mom gets a bit mad. That's fine.
Just making sounds. Blowing these two ultimates here.
I mean, 40 seconds on the Drake. Is that going to be actually enough now as, okay, Pleta is going to get that charm across. Looks now for Dundun. Snip's coming in. He goes all out. He tries to get out of there, and he is going to be able to get out. What the heck, Dundun? Just baits Rascal in, and he's taken down. He is their biggest threat in a side lane.
That
this
is
Baron's
so
gonna
huge.
do nothing.
I mean, I really thought They wasted 2 ultimates trying to clear a wave.
If they do pick that up, this composition will be so difficult for this relative poke comp to try and take down if they just keep getting their health back. And look at how much of it dundon has. Pleta gets in there. That quickness kind of massive as the shockwave comes down. Now Mom's getting angry. Rascal trying to be immune, but he's not. He just explodes. Jiwoo has hit critical mass, and it is a big problem for DRX. Dundon running after Satab. Doesn't seem to mind too much about Pleta. He'll take him down first off. Jiwoo going to help out with that, and there's the flash twisted advance.
That's the game, I think.
Goes down, yeah, and there's just nothing they can do. Teddy's like, well, I mean, I think I tried my best, guys.
Sponge trying to hold the wave.
Yeah, he's going to burn down. Emperor's Divide is a celebration. The sneeze is there, the flash from Jiwoo, because he knows the game is over. And Nongshim are going to take game 1
what
at
a game.
42 minutes.
What a game. That wasn't the call from Pleta to go on the tanks there. They just got desperate. They got frustrated. You know, they're getting the dragon. We actually don't have enough time to win the longer fight. The poke is not doing enough damage. Everyone is so tanky, but the engage there's just not enough damage to kill the targets he chose. And there's a lot of damage on Jiwoo to kill anybody at any point in time. And finally, the dragon will have his day today. Not in the top lane, but in the bottom side this time around after what was a struggle in the early game. D to a gold card. You can crash into that with your Rel. You have the Nautilus. You have feathers you can pull back.
Actually, I really like it with a Isengard. They do have positional advantage.
Yehu was positioned better, had a little bit of extra prio because the wave advantage there.
I mean, the gold is basically negligible, just given the fact that, okay, Destiny going to come on through here. Is Yehu going to get thrown back? There is Sylvie looking for it, and he'll be able to get there. Dundon's got a gold card for him, and that is a very dead way. And first blood at 12 minutes goes to Call Me.
Yeah, Call Me finally going to be able to look for that engage. Good doesn't have teleport, but they just have enough bottom side control that they will turn this into a positive here. We'll see what that soul is going to be. Ocean again. Oh, for Rascal. Let's see how this fight goes.
Yeah, Destiny going to come on through here as Dundon will join the fight. In goes the Recumbent immediately. He's gold carded. And now Jiwoo's going to be on the board. Decent work, though, by Yehu as Sylvie is going to be his first target. Jiwoo trying to get out of there, and he will successfully escape. The Blade Caller working out as well, but the Dragon, that's going to be Soul Point picked up for DRX, and now the re-engage once again. Dundon going to have to flash to get himself out of the way, and Yehu just destroys Jiwoo as he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and now the long-range poke coming on in. Dundon will survive that one, but Nongshim
back into the game as if you can get a high-value target, blow them up first.
Yeah,
without using too many resources.
I think the honest 5v5s is not how Nongshim wants to be starting fights on this map with this Callista composition. Feels fantastic. They're going to inject a bit more gold, though. That is going to be the first port of
fights look on the Azir than the Hui did.
All right, Call Me does manage to grab it. The flash comes through, but it's not quite enough. And now the Hui tries to get the ultimate damage across. Dundon is almost just dead, though. And a Cassante is going to be in there. The all-out comes down. Call Me is ripped to shreds. And yeah, you'll trade that, your mid laner, for 2, definitely.
And the problem with this play for me is if Yehu hits that flash, you lose those members and you don't get Yehu. You barely got Yehu. You just were not in a position to force that. Now they're in even more trouble.
Yeah, Featherstorm does come down, but there's the Fate's Call to deny any of the damage. Magnus Storm trying to get the work done as Jiwoo is going to get knocked up. Sponge just gets another audacious charge. Peter trying to be a hero, but there is no damage left in this fight, and DRX will just clean them up. Nongshim,
that's Soul.
That one overextension cost them everything.
Yeah, that's Soul. That's out and back off, so no one's here to defend this one. That's going to be a lot of money going into Yehu's pocket, so they still get some more additional gold, but it's
all of this river.
Exactly.
Okay, there's a flash from Peter to try and start this one off, but they walk over a control ward, so the vision is actually equal between these two teams. Rascal now taking a few autos, but he's definitely capable of doing that as Pleta dives into the backline. He finds the quickness onto Jiwoo, and Emperor's Divide now to try and protect him, get him into a good position. Sylvie can't really get this one done, though, as Rascal had soaked everything. The Rakan goes down. Nongshim still trying to stand their ground, and there goes the Cassante. I don't know about this one as the Sand Soldiers come on in, and Teddy is going to get taken down. Dundun with a beautiful gold card. He's got another one now as the Crushing Maw comes in. Dundun has been sacrificed, and Sponge is going to do it. The Zaya goes down, and DRX, they win everything.
They win everything. It looked so rough when Teddy went down there, but it doesn't matter if Sponge gets in range.
Full health fight.
Letta knows that he has this control ward here. This could be a really snap engage from him.
Yep, the Baron, full information over to Nongshim. Another flank angle here as well for Sylvie, who Magnustorms tries to get on top of the Kalista, who goes Golden Emperor's Divide to try and stop Pleta from getting in there. And it's Jiwoo. They need to try and keep him safe. Featherstorm going to be used here as Teddy takes down Sylvie. 2 already lying on the floor. Make that 3. Jiwoo managing to get at least maybe 1 here, but he will now be routed. Call me down as well. It's a quadra for this jungler. 7-0-6 for Sponge. He out here sponging him up, and I think the next thing is going to be a Nexus.
Yep, they are going to take the game with that one. There were definitely some moments. Nongshim was gifted a few extra opportunities in this game, but trying to get on top of the arm guard holding Wei was probably not the angle, and there was a flanking recon on the other side, and they didn't know. And the engage from Sylvie, I think he was initially just trying to figure out where the recon was, and he was like, well, I gotta go in, but he went in on the wrong target, and arm guard rules the day again for another mid laner. Peter's gonna respawn, but only to watch the tragedy of his Nexus falling.
Yep, Sylvie also gonna come down and just try and be a nuisance, but nothing is going to stop DRX from taking this one to game number 3. We knew it was going to be scrappy, we knew it was going to be messy, but I didn't...
There was never a moment where I felt worried they were going to have a hole because of a ban. There was never a moment where I felt this is going to be really tough to play out. They don't know about this either. As you can see, the vision for Nongshim, they have no idea. They know.
Yeah, Sylvie a little bit far away from this one is now Dundun. He is, trying to run his way out. There's the permafrost. He will be able to get it. And just so unfortunate, that timing, the fact that Sylvie and the ult from Yahoo not quite there. The unending despair.
If he doesn't flash that and gets an impact here as Sponge is here, if he hits this ult on Flashless's ear, call me as Dunzo, and that positioning makes me believe he has no idea.
Yep, he has flash available.
Oh, no.
This is doomed. He's just dead, guys. That is going to be that. Emperor's Divide comes down just in celebration.
Not a comfortable pick for this player. It doesn't seem like in any way, shape, or form just yet. Maybe give it some time, but when the meta calls for it, sometimes you got to play things you're not comfortable with. It's going to come back to bite them a little bit in this series.
Yeah, Sponge does have the ultimate back up and available once again as Rascal might be in trouble. Grand Entrance not quite going to work out for Peter though, as he still had the quickness. Ignite's ticking and he's dead. Not sure about that one. Magnustorm now working out here for Sylvie as well, as Sponge going to have to go for a fat flash, and he does get it over this wall. DRX, bit of an wanting to team up, looking for this fight. Sylvie taking a bit of damage. As now Rascal, information about his position is entirely unknown as he just immediately dives in. There's the Glacial Prison. Sylvie is the one they're targeting, but he's eating a lot of damage. Takes a while, and now Dundun is trying to get on in there. Sponge is relatively low, but he isn't the problem. There's the Drake. It manages to go over to the Sejuani, and Zeri's trying to get the work done, but she's not going to be able to. It's a Hextech Soul in the middle of this fight. That's pretty fun, as now Yahoo finds an ulti.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's the Brova quote.
Yeah.
That's a bro song.
Never say it's over till while bro's breathing.
Yeah.
Yahoo
is just wandering around. He's going to get Magnustorm. Kind of weird that his ultimate goes off there as well, and the Magnustorm circle was being just encompassed by it, but he's really dead. On the other side of the map, Dundun is probably going to follow suit. They're spending a fair bit of time under the turret, but they can. Sponge is very tanky.
So it should be a trade of turrets too, but it's going to be faster for Rascal. Can he TP bottom and save that bottom turret? I wonder if they want to commit. I guess it's actually not, there's no real wave there for Call Me, so
they might even just grab an in-up, because there is a Rift Herald here as well. Void Might's coming down, so they do a lot of damage to these turrets.
Yeah, I kind of forgot they had the Herald, to be honest with you, Atlas.
I wasn't expecting Senna to be this kind of online.
And everybody's just walking down here to defend this turret that I don't think... I mean, okay,
it's not looking very defendable, but there is the Magnet Storm. It's only on Kehu. That's the only target he's looking for. Sponge is tanking up everything else, and Teddy is just keeping them alive. DRX, the whole squad shows up, and they just smash the fight. They grab the turret. I really wished the K wasn't there. Maybe I could just put a little bit of tape over the screen. Oh no, but the nameplates are on. the champion, so I'd have to
Maybe you could just farm it. The 2 turrets they have is not where the goal is. It's just in all the farm they have gotten constantly this game. And then, or you have Tank Nihilus, which is even worse, or Kench, right? But in this case, they flexed the Maokai, which was super smart. It's a great draft from DRX, so we're just seeing the consequences of that. Let's see if Nongshim can do anything.
Dundun in a little bit of trouble here as the Drake has been pulled by Nongshim, but both of the top laners towards that top side. We do have the Nature's Grasp, but not a lot of follow-up here from DRX. Maybe an angle, but Sylvie still taking a fair bit. Teleport going to be used by both of these top laners eventually, as Dundun wants to go back first because he lost out on those trades. Magnustorm does come in from Sylvie as Jiwoo dives on top of Yehu. That is going to be the steal away of the Drake, so we don't have that one. But now Yehu trying to stay alive. Into the backline goes Dundun though, and he finds the angle. This is all Nongshim until now, because Rascal, he's found the angle to get himself in there, but still a colossal win for Nongshim is what it feels like. Jiwoo
Definitely going to DRX. They're even going to look to push down this inner here. Teddy dying so early meant that he was just not able to do damage to like 470.
To potentially contest.
Yeah, and Call Me doesn't have ult. It's going to come up very soon. They need to buy time somehow.
X-Gate going to bring Rascal over, as now Call Me and Dundun are lying in wait, but Rascal perhaps just straight up doesn't care. Call Me getting sniped as well, as Yehu getting some work done, and wow, we are going extraordinarily deep onto this one. Rascal once again has a counter-strike. Emperor's Divide is avoided. This guy's Jax is absurd this game. Call Me going down very, very low. Dundun will be taken out, and DRX, they take themselves the Baron, and they find themselves the team fight. Yehu unable to get that particular skill shot, but I think the damage has well and truly been done
here for the side of Nongshim. Jiwoo alone will be able to stave off some of the pressure here, but Call Me doesn't have ult. He barely lived to tell the tale. She's like, well, this is doomed. Doesn't matter how much I can scale. Doesn't matter how big my ult could be in this fight. I gotta just hightail it out.
Yeah, couldn't do anything. The fact that Rascal avoided that Emperor's Divide with a leap strike is kind of nutty.
Like, I think kind of lucky also potentially, but I mean, look, the timing looked like it was intentional.
No, it was crazy. I'm giving him benefit of the doubt for that one, because I've been waiting for Rascal to show up this season, and finally he's here, Wolf. We get the guy that was top of the solo kills for 3 separate seasons. Oh man, this is it's absolutely great to see.
And he set the play up, the whole thing, all by himself on the Fed Jack. So now there's Siege. Pretty insane, but Baron is fading.
It is.
20 seconds.
Still, Teddy has a lot of range, and Rascal keeping them busy here towards this top side. They have taken 2 inhibitors. Can just look for a little bit of an escape. I don't know about that one, Sponge. That was odd, but
it's a bait.
Shadow going to come in. Maybe it is, as the counter-strike connects, and it's Jiwoo that's in trouble. The permafrost is there, but it's unable to be activated, and Jax goes down. So Sponge may have just baited his top laner a little bit, but that's fine. They got the inhibs, and now DRX counting. They're like, all right, both of them are down. Let's go. Nongshim now going to have to start face-checking their way in already. You can see DRX have started work on this, as now Call Me.
Hextech is so frustrating.
Yeah. Already, Sylvie trying to get over there. Look at this layering of CC. It's ridiculous. Unending Despair feels aptly named as the Bramble Smash comes down, and in goes Rascal. Finds the counter-strike onto so many. The CC, they're a freight train, just moving one after the other towards Nongshim. Dundun trying to get some work done. The health bars are relatively low, and oh, Jiwoo able to take down the Jax. That is kind of massive. As Call Me, he should be taken out here. It's a closer fight than I expected, to be honest. But DRX is still able to win with a slight advantage.
Is of the essence.
Yep, they're going to have to walk over a sapling if they want to get this one done. It is down extraordinarily low. There's no jungler in this pit, but it is still going to be secured by the Maokai. And the Dragon is now going to just devour Dundun. Peter not able to get in there and help.
Miserably, unfortunately, but it's time to pick up, what is it? I think in this case it'll be the right arm of that.
If you are a Nongshim fan, now Sponge does notice that all of the bad guys are there. And oh my god, Jiwoo taking so much damage. Yehu just killing them from a screen away. The Zeri is just wiped off the face of Summoner's Rift. Dundun taken down as well, and that is just a clean sweep. Call Me the last man standing. And he's just wondering where everybody went. He may have blinked while that team fight was happening, and unfortunately, now the rest of his teammates are gone. Nexus turrets also are going to erupt, and no time wasted here by DRX at the very end. High fives from Teddy. That is the biggest smile.
These were some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.